Hello, this is Tristan from heartratemonitor.co.uk, and this is my short video review of the new Garmin Edge 25. Obviously the first thing that will strike you is the size of the Garmin Edge 25. Here we have a Garmin Edge 810, there's a 25. Compared to something else new, we have the Polar M450 there. Device wise, obviously nearly half the size, but display wise, not too bad at all. It is small, but really once you start using the unit, you'll find that you've got everything you need there in a nice, clear, easy to see display. Just going to use the short video review to go through the main features and screens of the Edge 25. And obviously if you have any questions, then please use the contact form to get hold of me, and I'll do my best to answer your questions. Okay, there's two products on the market now in this same case. There's the Edge 20 and the Edge 25. Personally, I would only buy the Edge 25. The Edge 20 doesn't support Bluetooth, so it can't communicate with your smartphone. It doesn't support ANT+, so it can't support heart rate or cadence sensors or internal speed sensors. So for the extra, I don't know, 20-30 pounds, personally I would definitely go for the Edge 25. So even if right now you don't think you want to, you've got the option of adding smartphone notifications, smartphone connectivity, and ANT+ heart rate and speed and cadence. Okay, so this is the Edge 25. It's just the unit which is equipped with ANT+ and Bluetooth. I'm going to go through the main buttons here. Top left is on off. Once it's on, quick press turns on the backlight. Bottom left goes back in the menus, so if you're a few menus down, that will go back. Bottom right scrolls down, and top right is sort of the go button to activate a feature. So I'll just go through the main buttons quickly. History, summary of your recent rides, I'll just choose one. Saturday's short mountain bike ride, 11 miles, average speed, calories, average heart rate zone, scent data. This is doing auto laps every 5 miles, I believe. And then back, and back again. Records. Records are your personal records, so if you've done your longest ride, your highest descent, etc. So they're just good motivators, something that Garmin recently introduced, and they're good, they're fun. And then totals here. Totals since I've had the device. So I've only used it 7 times. For 6 hours, and I've done nearly 100 miles. Okay, so that's the history, fairly simple. Courses, believe it or not, this little tiny device can be used for course navigation. So it doesn't have any maps as such. It doesn't hold any mapping data, any map data, but it can take you around a course that you've already ridden or somebody else has ridden. So if you use Garmin Connect and you then download the course into the device, like I've done here. This first one here is a 25-mile square anti-clockwise loop around North Norfolk, and I could just go and ride the course. Obviously it will navigate you to the start. I haven't got a GPS signal here right now. Oh, actually there you go, I have got a GPS signal. It's telling me I'm just a little bit off the start. I need to turn left and go to that circle there, and that's the start of the course. I'm going to stop that. Go back into courses. So yeah, there's your courses. So you download the courses into the unit, and you can, before you ride one, if you can't remember, you can review them, how far they are, when you last did them, and basic data about the ride there. Okay. Personally, I'd give them a sensible name. I've only got 2 in here, just 2 little loops that I like to do around Norfolk. So that's courses, and you say you can use somebody else's courses. So if somebody else has done a ride they want to share with you, you can pop that into Garmin Connect and then send it to the unit. To send it to the unit, you do need to connect it to your MacBook or your computer. This is the connection on the back here. Just clips on the back. It's a bit frustrating that we've all got another unit. Another USB cable, but yeah, it's small, it's convenient, and it does the job. So obviously that's also the charging bracket. Okay, so that's courses. And then we've got settings. Ride settings, laps, so auto laps, or choose which button you want to be your lap key. Auto pause, so if you stop at traffic lights it will stop and then restart again when you move. Auto scroll to scroll through the different displays. Data fields is an important one. On the Edge 25 you have, well, both of them, they have two user configurable screens. The first one has 3 segments and the second one has 2 segments. If we go into any of those we can see what options they have. So if we go into this one, go to time, so this is everything you can choose to see. I'll go through them, it might take a second but it's quite important. So time, distance, speed and average speed, calories, cadence, total ascent, elevation, that's in that view there. This one, time, distance, speed, average speed, calories, cadence, total ascent, elevation. So obviously it's the same data being presented in each view. You just need to decide what you want to see on each different screen. Okay. Now you notice there wasn't any heart rate data. The heart rate data is a pre-defined screen on the Edge 25. Hopefully this isn't going to confuse you. If I just go back out to the start and do my ride, I'm going to start the ride. So now there's not going to be any of that normal view data, but it does have this heart rate screen. So this heart rate screen is only found on the Edge 25, and it gives you your current heart rate and your heart rate zone of the 5 zones that you've previously defined. So you don't have access to change that. It's just there, and it does the job. I'm going to discard that ride and go back to where we were, which was in settings. Okay, so that was ride settings, and we were looking at the data field, so hopefully that's clear. Connect sensors. The Edge 25 uses Ant+, so it will work with a Ant+ heart rate belt, Garmin or any other brand as long as it's Ant+, and it will work with Ant+ speed and cadence sensors, so Wahoo, Garmin, etc. It will work with those. The Bluetooth is for connecting to your smartphone. So if you want smartphone notifications, if you're riding with your phone in your pocket and you want the unit to receive text messages or incoming call alerts, then you turn that on. Pairing smartphone, yep, it's simple. I've never had a problem with the Garmin devices pairing to my smartphones. I use both an iPhone and a Motorola Moto G as my sort of day phones and my test phones, and it worked perfectly. And in course options, if you are following a course, it will prompt up to tell you to turn left, turn right. And also Garmin have their own segments. Obviously everyone's familiar with Strava segments, and something like the Edge 520 does support Strava segments, but this doesn't. But it will download segments from Garmin Connect's database that are around your area if you want it to. So if you do have some friends that maybe also use the Garmin Connect and you've got those segments, well, you can make them yourself anyway. Obviously you can reproduce the Strava ones, but it doesn't do Strava segments, it just does Garmin's own segments. Okay, user profile, obviously self-explanatory, that's where you set up your own details. Alright, so I think that's probably everything I need to say about the Edge 25. Personally, I absolutely love it. I love the size of it. It's dead easy to use. I like the real buttons. I can't currently think of any criticism for it. It does exactly what I would want, probably 95% of the time. It doesn't do street mapping, it can't do auto routing, looking up addresses, it doesn't have that ability at all. But if you just want something on the bike to give you speed, distance, heart rate, cadence with the necessary sensors, then I would highly recommend it. The battery life is about 8 hours. It uses both the standard GPS, which is the one that everybody knows, the one that's owned by the US military, but it also uses GLONASS, which is, I believe, a Russian alternative GPS system. So you've got two GPS systems there. It does use a bit more battery if you turn them both on, but if you're riding in wooded areas, then it's handy to do that. So 8 hours normally, maybe about 5 or 6 hours if you turn on both the GPSs. It's a standard quarter turn Garmin twist lock that we're all familiar with, exactly the same as on the back of the any existing Edge units. I've mentioned this already to you. This is the not going to focus. That's the charging bracket, and then we have the app. Garmin's app's just been tidied up. I like it a lot. Actually, it's nice. It's nice and clean. There's the ride data for the one we were just looking at in the phone a few seconds ago. And we got a map, and then we can use these tabs across the top to go into more detail. So that's the data page, graphs, speed, heart rate and elevation, and then the laps. That's the auto lap data. Okay, so this is Tristan, heartratemonitor.co.uk, Garmin Edge 25. Highly recommended. So if you can budget for it. Personally, I'd avoid the Edge 20 unless you absolutely know you never want to send the data to your smartphone and you'll never want a heart rate or cadence. Otherwise, go for the Edge 25. Okay, thank you very much for listening. Heartratemonitor.co.uk.